All right, this is officially the first Church of Great Scott ministry video of probably maybe many videos. We'll see. So I am here in San Francisco, as you can see. It's about, I think it's gonna start raining soon. There's the Bay Bridge back there, the South Beach Marina Yacht Harbor. So I'm gonna get right into it because I have a special gift that was imparted to me really from my parents, my mom and my dad, Seth and Marilyn. And they did a lot of spiritual work before they decided to have kids, which was incredible. And they were married several years before they decided to have kids. And I think I greatly benefited from that very planned and loving relationship. And they continued to work on their marriage and self-awareness through various communication seminars, nonviolent communication, all sorts of incredible education, self-awareness education. And then on the side of their careers, they were marriage counselors and really best friends and lovers. And it was just extraordinary. And I just thought that was normal. I thought that was just, sorry, there's a woman back there. She's gonna be loud, it looks like. So let's just see how that goes. Man, you know, when you're just out in nature, you just can't control things. And, or anywhere for that matter. All right, so I have, I recently, oh, come on, really? Okay. She just gave me a sign that she didn't realize I was doing a little video. She was gonna come right at us. She was Russian lady speaking Russian, it sounded like. It's all good. I had to look at her like this, and then she's like, oh. And so, man, I almost want to start this video. No, you know, it's all part of it. It's all part of it. So, because I know people's attention spans are so short these days, and I've probably lost people already. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Corinthians 7:32-33. So that is what I am gonna start my first Great Scott sermon. Is that the right word? I just got into religion recently in the last 2 weeks, and I never grew up really with the Bible. We went to Unity Church in Palo Alto when I was a kid, but it wasn't like mandatory really. My parents kept going, and I started playing soccer games on Sundays, and it was a priority, and they said no big deal for me if I wanted to go play soccer instead. And so anyways, I kind of missed out on all the Bible stories and learning the Bible. But you know, luckily my parents were living it, those innate natural rules of God, you know, that I just learned by their example. And I just recently found out, the more I'm researching the Bible, that I'm living these ideals, and it's I have to tell you, it's incredible. It's just changed my life. And really, it was Jordan Peterson. I started watching his YouTube series on the Bibles. It's like a biblical series. I just finished number 10. I think there's 1 or 2 more, and each one is 2.5 hours long. And he talks about, you know, Genesis, Cain and Abel, Abraham, Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, all the stories, or a lot of the stories. And so that is what instigated me. And I went to church for the first time, like willingly, here, I'm gonna switch my hands here because my other one's getting tired. Last Sunday, I went to my alma mater. I went to University of San Francisco, and they have a great church there. It's a Catholic church, St. Ignatius. And so I researched who St. Ignatius was, and he really resonated with me. Like me, he got into church way later in life. So I thought that was a kick, and probably not a coincidence. So I'm gonna read Corinthians 7:32-33. And so I didn't memorize this, and my intention is really not to memorize any of these passages or words, but just kind of get the psychology and the metaphysical message coming through, because I think if you get caught up on all the words, that you really miss the message. And at least I for sure did. I never really understood the Bible because of that old English style. And also another turnoff was I've met a lot of religious people in my life who really weren't abiding the rules, but carrying the cross of Jesus and claiming they were Christians. So I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. I didn't understand that. Like, how can they be going to church when I was living the life way more virtuous than they were, not going to church? So that was another big part of it. So I'm gonna read. Here comes someone else up here. So I'm in the public, and this is what's gonna happen. But this is gonna probably be my little mount of my little preaching mount here, because it's a rad little spot out here. Not too many people come out here. Hi, I'm doing a little video. All right. So I'm gonna read this. But I want you to be free from concern. One who is unmarried is concerned about the things of the Lord. He may please the Lord, but one who is married is concerned about the things of the world, how he may please his wife. So that's just part of it there. So when I saw that, because I was researching celibacy and what Bible verses that came up under celibacy, and there's quite a few. And so, there's a lot of weird things happening in the church with forced celibacy, and the priest doing weird things with little boys, it's a disgrace. And I think if you force celibacy on anybody, then that backfires. I think it needs to come naturally, and it needs to just come from fulfillment and feeling self-love. And I noticed that over the last 10 or 20 years of my life, that the dating talent pool was shrinking significantly, because I was getting much more picky and patient about who I wanted to spend my time with. And it didn't matter if she was gorgeous. She also had to be hilarious and smart and intelligent and creative and loving and honest and all these other things too. So I'm going to read that again, or I'm going to kind of put it into my own. So basically, I think what the Corinthians is saying here is that the one who is unmarried is concerned about the things of the Lord, and how he may please the Lord. So the celibate, the unmarried man, is going to be focusing just on God, and that's going to be his main focus. But one who is married is concerned about things of the world, and how he may please his wife. So that's what it says in Corinthians 7:32-33. And I'm going to keep all these under 10 minutes. We're at 8 minutes now. So that was confirmation in that those birds right there. That's what I call in the isness. These nature has these noises when I'm speaking some truth, and it'll be a bird or a car honking or some noise, a plane flying overhead, and sometimes it's very quiet, but it's like that split second when that noise happens is the confirmation of some isness truth coming through. So I think this is very special for me, because I've actually been celibate for years, and I had one relationship several years ago that lasted for a couple years, and now she's one of my best friends, and she's off with another partner. She already had 2 daughters with her when I met her, or she had one daughter and then another. Then we broke up and got back together. But in that off time, she had another daughter with some other, and those 2 daughters' fathers are not in the picture. So that's a whole nother thing. The fatherlessness. Most of the mass shooters are fatherlessness and on some kind of antidepressant. So I'm trying to put the pieces together on it all. And I think that true celibacy can come naturally. And I'm still open to, if my soulmate is truly out there, I'm open to it, but it's gonna have to be in my flow and allow me to be completely honest and direct and all that stuff, and not be doing something any remotely deceiving in any way whatsoever. And she might come into my life, and I am open to that. But in the meantime, I'm not lonely, far from lonely, and I'm really getting a kick out of getting super healthy and staying focused on my inner journey. So thank you for listening, and stay tuned for the next one. Oh yeah, Church of Great Scott.